So I'm probably not best qualified to talk through this, but I reckon that should be about there. Maybe we can weld it back in and send it.
Right then, round one of the race season has begun. So we're here yesterday testing and we forgot all his cameras, but luckily it was boring and nothing happened. But we're here now. So this is Scott's car. Not too many changes from last time you probably watched the video. We haven't really done many upgrades on it, so we'll have a quick look. We didn't do any filming at workshop. So Tom's just here talking to Scott, messing with data centre. So
live streaming, we're discussing
live stream, that's good for you guys. So Scott's car looks very similar. At the minute, we're just waiting for the race organisers to come and give us minimum weights. We've weighed them now and we're ready to rock. But the big change on Scott's car, I don't know if you can see it very good. Is the lighting good enough? Oliver at AJ Glass Fibre took pity on me and made Scott a really nice carbon fibre dash. So that's that. Looks very good. So I think that's pretty much the only major change we've done. That took, I think, 7 kilos out of the cars, which is good. And then we put it all back in because we needed better batteries because the smaller ones kept failing. But anyway, so that's that. All the stuff out here. I told everybody to look busy, so they all ran off. Yeah, literally everybody's ran off. So then my car's here. Ty's pretending he knows what he's doing. Yeah, everybody's so busy. So yeah, my car's the same. That's the dashboard I made, which it's not as good. It's just not as good. So I do apologise. I was trying to put it into Scott's car, but he weren't happy. So yeah, we just put the new bigger battery in, which has added all the weight we took out back in. But I had a problem yesterday with my battery and not happy with that. Couple little issues, nothing major, sorted them. I think the cars are doing, we're not the fastest we've ever been around here on the straights. For some reason, I don't know, a bit more drag, or whether when we've been to the dyno after the first round last year, we've ended up with less power. I don't know, but we're quicker in the corners on every corner, so it should be good. And the main thing with our cars, we're not always the fastest overall, because diesels will put up what we actually have to do compared to the petrols and the turbo petrols. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's a 300 horsepower per tonne if you're in a naturally aspirated car. But then when you're a turbo, you get, I think it's 5 horsepower less. And then because we're a diesel, we get 5% less then. So it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit harsh. We're actually running, I think, like 285 horsepower per tonne, something like that. I can't remember what it is exactly. We'll put it up. So we've just weighed it, and I think we're at 12.30 with the fuel now. So like about 12.10 without any fuel in, something like that. So when they come round and give us weight, that determines what power we can have, and then if anybody complains, we'll be at the dyno again. We're a sealed ECU like we were previously, and hopefully we don't do too much. So yeah, but nothing's really changed. We've just, from last year, we just put the air filter duct in and stuff like that, which has not gave us any more power on the dyno. It's just stopped the problem we had where the air was not getting into the air filter. But anyway, so I'll not do any bigger introduction. Let's get ready for qualifying. So qualifying finished, and not a bad result really. I think I was the quickest car for a little while. I just found the gap. It was nothing to do with me being the best driver. I think then the Civic, Morgan in front he ended up going a little bit quicker, and I tried chasing him and I had a little bit of a gravelly moment. So not sure how bad that looked on camera, but I probably flat spotted my tyres anyway. But yeah, really happy how that car felt. Scott's obviously put it on pole, a little bit quicker than maybe I could have gone, maybe I could have got it, I don't know, we'll look at the data. I've got the card, we'll have a look. But the lap I did today, and I said the track were worse, were as quick as we were doing yesterday on old tyres, so should be there. But we like to have a nice average pace. We don't do anything really too much on the cars between quali and the race. We might just check things are right, but we don't really have like a quali and a race setup. So see how we get on. And it's going to be spicy at the front. There's 4 of us that are all doing similar lap times. And Ian, who's in 4th, drives like an absolute lunatic. So there'll be some heroics at lap 1 and 2 and 3 until something goes wrong with either their car or Ian's brain. But we'll see. I might need to go for my nervous poo. Yeah, race time creeps up on you when you're gassing and talking rubbish in back at truck. The clouds are coming in, which is not, can't see from this side, but it's gone a little bit grey. Rain was not forecast till after the race, so see how we get on. See what happens.
This is an off for 2 cars. One of them is Louis Woodward there in the number 87 car. The other is the 221 car, which is the Paul and Luke Browse car. Now that is down at Clairvaux, the first corner. with the safety car having gone out now. See, the magical car also heading out onto the circuit, and that'll be to check the one or more of the drivers that have been involved in that incident.
Interestingly, though, the safety car has picked up Ryan Parkin,
Yes.
the third place driver, and so the BMW and the Civic of first and second are now, well, they must be coming around to.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are.
There'll be a big wave through to do of most of the field, won't there?
Must be, yeah.
Yes, to make all of this work.
Just trying to look, where are they?
I think there's 38 cars on the track in the end. It's quite hard to pick up the leaders.
There we go. So the Civic and the BMW come around the complex now. So yeah, there's a lot of cars. This is going to take a while.
Well, they're going to need to wait to about 35 cars.
Basically.
To make that work.
I do wonder though, when the leaders came past the pit entry, I don't think it quite clicked over to 13 minutes yet.
Well, yeah, the Gadsby car is in. The Gadsby and Jones car, the race leading car, is in. So that is in now. We can see on our timing screen. So that is in the 117 car, but Bailey stayed out.
Yeah, well, when the safety car came past the pit entry, I don't think it had got actually into the pit window yet.
No, I don't think it had, but further back in the
it had, yes.
It had.
Yeah, right, I'm coming in.
Yeah, no worries.
Right, I'm
here,
in.
mate.
I'll be in a second, Jen.
Yeah, I'm here for you.
So interesting in all of this, because of where the safety car initially came out, Scott Parkin is 15th, Ryan Parkin is 25th after all of this, and they were third and fourth for the safety car. So they're not going to be best pleased, I don't think.
No, they're definitely not going to be. I'm not 100% sure what's gone on there, but yeah, something obviously. Yeah.
And of course, what you used to say, well, it's only a series of races, it's not a championship.
It's a championship.
But it's a championship now.
What matters now is what's about to happen. So, safety car pulls into the pits, and the BMW leads the train around the final corner onto the start-finish straight, and he still hasn't gunned it yet. There he goes, and we are racing. And interestingly, so Scott Parkin goes right up alongside the Civic, but no, the Civic just pulls away once again. So, we've got Gadsby Jones, 117 BMW in the lead, 236 Bailey in the Civic right behind.
instant race reaction. Very annoyed. Very, very annoyed. I think I got fastest lap in that race, yeah. I got fastest lap of race.
1:27.3.
Yeah, that was with full fuel that as well.
You're not alone.
Very annoyed. Scott won't be happy.
We had a couple of teams come up to us, didn't we?
Not happy.
Yeah, we've had quite a few people come up.
I said it's not acceptable, is it? You can't pay money and get that level of competence.
And how do you spell that?
Frustrated. That's a word. Which is that anyway, he's not going to daft that off.
See ya? Whee! Look at that Bobby Dazzler. Whee!
Jealous now.
Yeah, I am. This is not fake or pre-planned. No, I'm only kidding. I have just done quite a journey to get here in time. So, today's Sunday, Club Enduro, 2.5 hour race. Luckily I'm sharing it with Dylan today. 2 pit stops, so a bit of strategy involved. Hopefully we don't have the same absolute sordid affair we had yesterday where people in race control don't have a clue, in my opinion, what racing's about when they're saying strategy calls could prevent them letting 2 other people around us and then completely jumbling order up for everybody. So there might be some choice words in the briefing today from certain people. But yeah, forget about yesterday. Today's a new day. Hopefully a completely separate video with minimal dramas. I don't know what's been filmed this morning, but the car should have been in assembly area probably 5 minutes ago. They only got called 2 minutes ago, but maybe we should have gone down there half an hour ago like some people have. But yeah, I need to get my kit on. Dylan's going out first in quali anyway, so I've got 15-20 minutes to de-stress. But luckily things have panned out that I'm here earlier than I expected to be. So anyway, the dramatic introduction, well, not required. So yeah, good to quali. So, qualifying were all right. I know we had a bit of a thing down there. Just calm before the storm now, there's 20-minute delay. But Dylan's starting, he didn't want to start. I've made him start. He said he didn't want to damage the car, so you'll see how he drives, tell us if it looks like he's going to damage the car or not. Yeah, 3rd place, so not a bad spot to start from really. See how we get on.
So quali for Club Enduro this afternoon, went pretty well. We were P1 and P3 for quite a while, so my car in P1, Ryan and Dylan in P3, with a BMW, Josh and Dave in between. And then I don't think I could have improved much, and but went for a lap and ended up a little bit in the gravel with a left tyre. And I think think I got a load of crap all over the tyre, so I decided to come in and see what happened. And then Josh, on his last lap, just managed to beat me. So that means we're starting 2-3, which is still pretty good, so we can make it work from there. So we'll see what happens in the race. A little bit delayed, so we'll see what happens, but hopefully we get the full 2.5 hours.
Two-and-a-half-hour race around the CROFT circuit. I think we're going to have something like 26 cars on the grid for this one. They're just forming up ahead of their rolling lap. It's a rolling start that we have for the Club Enduro machines. That's a busy grid in prospect. 3 classes, of course, in Club Enduro, with the cars split between Class A, which is for cars up to 300 brake horsepower per tonne, Class B for up to 240 brake horsepower per tonne, and Class C for this 2.5-hour race. The safety car pulls in. The car's coming up to the line with the red lights on the gantry, and they are out, and the race gets underway. Sixes though. Here are the 2 Darkside development cars. Darkside on home territory really, because there's a Yorkshire-based concern, albeit South Yorkshire, down in Barnsley, at the other end of the county here. Down towards Tower they go for the 12th time, and it's still Scott Parkin ahead of Dylan Brichter and Josh Lawton. It really has been like a sprint race, hasn't it, these first few laps, because there's just been nothing to choose between them.
Absolutely. I mean, to be honest, I think the Darkside cars are possibly getting a little bit racy with each other now, and Brichter's probably staring at the back of that Scott Parker car going, do you know what? I don't want you in front of me anymore. Can you move? Because he's got a gigantic M3 right behind him. And yeah, it looks to be quite close on the back of the sister car there. So
a few moments later.
Real problems for the Darkside car. Is that the 6 car? Yes, it's been overtaken by the 89, so something really wrong with that number 6 car. Not so sure, but meanwhile, speaking of things going wrong, oh, the 92 Mazda. Oh my goodness me, I thought there was going to be a real moment there, but it's sunny out that was, so you just don't know where to look in this championship, do you?
Yeah, that was Daniel Douglas in 14th place, having a moment. Actually, that's a Class A Mazda MX-5, so it's a bit more powerful than some of those out there, but he's survived that moment. But I wonder how much longer this car's going to survive. The 6th car, Dylan Prichter, handing over to Ryan Parkin. Hopefully he will be. I imagine with the car now down on pace, it will come into the pit lane at the end of this lap just to get checked over. Just seeing Joshua Lawton staying out and Scott Parkin is staying out, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Dylan Prichter.
Yeah, here he comes.
Yeah, down the pit lane he comes, as you can see. So no surprise there after a couple of slower laps that Dylan's going to come through. And the team will see if they can do anything about that. Also coming in is the number 10 car, which is the BMW of Rob Fennick. So getting a bit busier down there in pit lane now.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we see car number 6 there pulling in, and the team getting to work on that car. Of course, the Darkside development team are one of the best teams in the paddock, if I may say. I mean, they've certainly got a well-kitted out pit lane stall, as we saw a little earlier. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be that much in the way of urgency there from the 6 crew. They're just putting a tank of fuel in, but again, not much in the way of urgency by the looks of it.
There's the 6 car now. We're getting towards the end of that 3-minute mandatory stop. So in a moment they'll push that car back out. It looks like we're going to push it out, but I think they've actually spotted an issue on the car. So now they're having a look at something else before they release the car back into the race. And wow,
they're pushing it in.
Pushing it in now. So it's something that they don't think they can sort quickly, at least. So I'm not going to say they're retiring the car yet because there's still an hour and 3/4 to go. But this is not what the Darkside Developments crew were hoping for, and now they've got it onto the level on the floor. You can see the team that they are now showing some urgency, aren't they, to get some work done.
So I'm probably not best qualified to talk through this, but I reckon that should be about there. Maybe we can weld it back in.
Yeah.
And send it.
I'm just down here with Ryan Parkin from car number 6, and he said there's a bit of a story going on.
Yeah, dramas galore. We're not really too happy about it, but that camera's very close to my face. Yeah, so Scott and Dylan were doing pretty good at the front. Josh was troubling us quite a bit. Obviously, we got round him lap 1, so he had a little bit of a cold tyre moment. And then, yeah, saw a bit of smoke coming out of Dylan's when I was sat at turn 1 there watching with the kids. And then I started sprinting up the pit lane as I saw him coming in. And it turns out that he got a limp mode with no fault code, so we can't figure that out. Then the gearbox was shifting a bit funny in 56, so we don't know what that is at the minute, so they're 2 outstanding issues. Then the clutch failed, which then meant the starter fuse blew when he tried starting it back up, so quite a bit of dramas. But Scott's still doing good, so we're all right. But it looked like my car had a bit more pace than Scott, at least with Dylan driving anyway.
For Scott Parkin, the man from Barnsley, the director of Darkside Developments, turns his way left, turns his way right through the complex, then just up to the hairpin for the 93rd and final time in this Tagiwa Club Enduro Championship race. Out of the final corner he goes, accelerating his way to the checkered flag, which is hanging out now, and there it goes. Round 1 of the Tagiwa Club Enduro Championship is won by Scott Parkin in the Darkside Developments Audi TT diesel engined car.
With the overall race winner, that was, well, sweaty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you very much for pointing that out. I hope I ain't dripped on you. So yeah, it was pretty challenging at the start in a nice little battle between me, Josh and Ryan. Well, Dylan, Ryan's car, but Dylan driving, swapping places a little bit. I think it was mainly the traffic that sort of didn't help us out. So, you know, sometimes I gained, sometimes they gained. That's just the way it goes with the multi-class racing. So it's a bit of a shame, really, to see Josh slow down, and then I'm not quite sure what happened to them. And then Dylan had to retire. They were having a bit of limp mode issues, so we're not sure if that's wiring or something like that. And I think the clutch might not have been too happy either. So not ideal, but I suppose these things happen, don't they? So just glad that we could at least bring this one home, so the lads have got something to be proud about this weekend. Because yeah, yesterday were not the best. Well, the least said about that, the better, I think. But yeah, so at least we've got one of the cars on the top step.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, bit of a garage of mixed fortunes this weekend and today in general, but obviously ended with the win. Couldn't ask for more in terms of this car for you.
Yeah, exactly. If we just look at this race, for me, happy days. But yeah, I'm still worried about everything else while I'm out on the track. So yeah, like I say, bittersweet, but yeah, we're all good.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win, and look forward to see you out there next time.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Everybody, you and all, Ryan, stop being sour. Thanks.
Place and rounding off their title defence in good style as well, it was the Audi TT Diesel of Scott Parkin.